A Southern California transplant is trying to make a difference in Redding. He's got a lot of stories to tell. Most of them he tells with his camera.
Nigel Skeet was born in England, grew up in Amsterdam, and moved to Southern California a few years after he discovered his passion at a rock and roll concert at the age of 14.
I went to my first concert, which was AC/DC, and I brought my camera. And that was the first concert I ever photographed, and I was hooked. It was so loud, it was spectacular. All the pictures were horrible, but that's okay, I was hooked.
Nigel told me most of the wild stories you hear about rock and roll musicians are for the most part true.
I've been with bands and they've lost their way to the stage, or the tour bus breaks down and they're, the destruction of hotel property and the consumption of many illicit materials and all that kind of stuff. It's been an interesting ride.
He's also photographed politicians and celebrities, but after 25 years in Los Angeles, he moved to Redding to bring up his 5-year-old twin girls. He now has his studio on Placer and California streets. And while there is a homeless problem, he says it's nothing compared to LA, and he came up with an idea to humanize them rather than the cliche pictures we often see.
It's almost like placing them in a situation that we think they should be in. Okay, make homeless people look the way we expect them to look. So I decided I'm going to do these things a little differently. I'm going to bring them into the studio and I'm going to photograph them just like I do any other celebrity, rock star, friend, the people that I've photographed here in town.
He took pictures of 50 people from the Good News Rescue Mission in 3 days' time, had someone do their makeup, engage them in conversation, and
you realize that they're just like you and me. Okay? There is no difference. The only difference is they happen to not have a home.
He says he was told the next few days they were referring to each other as rock stars, and it changed the entire ambiance of the mission.
Now, Nigel will have a show of his pictures of the homeless. It's called Brothers and Sisters, Sons and Daughters. It's Friday night at 6:30 at the Redding Civic Auditorium. The pictures will be sold. All the money goes to the Good News Rescue Mission. Here's the fun part. The interviews with the homeless, they'll be printed up. You can read those, and you can meet some of the subjects as well. Nigel's inviting them to sign their pictures. They'll be there to talk with you, and it's all free.